You're going to load perspectives. Some of them will cause you to take action or stop you. And our perceptions, when we communicate them, are probably going to be misunderstood many times. I always often say that. That's the most difficult thing to do. Can everybody hear me properly? It's what I want to know. From what you just saw, you were programmed to do things a certain way. You were programmed by your parents about what you saw every day when you were growing up, when adults left during the day to go to work. You were programmed through the processes, through the school system, as you were taught, to position yourself to get in the way of the movement of money. That's what you've been taught to. Now, what we've been taught worked more efficiently before than it did today. So here's how you were programmed. Number one, you were taught to become in an economic package. A package is a system that has an end result, and it's got tasks that you perform. Some were the academic package. You went to school 2, 4, 8 years of your life, 10, 20, 50, 100,000, $200,000, so you can get a piece of paper that will only pay you enough as it takes to replace you in this structure. Some to the trades package. You worked as an apprentice. You found the best person in the business to teach you. You worked for peanuts. You did all the grunt work. Then you got certifications. Then you worked your way up to a master in the trade. And then you could become a journeyman, then a master, and that was it. In that package, you had a lot of time. You had a lot of tools that you had to do. You actually put forth a lot just to do that. I was in the trades business. Okay, now, some of you were on the government package, where maybe you were in the military, and then you went to a GS operator in civilian, and actually, that's a great program, except there's a few things that are going on right now that most people are not aware of. And we've seen the government expand, but every time it expands, it incurs more debt. And so as a proponent for the free market, because the free market solves a lot of issues, you were programmed some way. Now this is the structure. This is the structure of the government, the school system. This is the structure of the unions. This is the structure of the corporations. And that's the structure in your home. It's a structure of strength. So understand, you are in somebody's package right now. I want to ask you how long you've been in that package. The root of the problems we see is very simple. This, if you work for any of those packages, you work for that money. And no matter how much money you print out of to throw at the problems we see in society, you can never solve any of those by throwing debt money at debt. All you do is get more debt until no one wants to buy your debt anymore. See, that only works as long as somebody else buys your debt. So recognizing the problem is the beginning of the solution. Whatever happens to the dollar happens to everything you have kept in dollars. This dollar bill is the world's exclusive reserve currency until it isn't anymore. That's right. Okay, and this dollar bill was worth 1.5 grams gold. But they didn't teach me that in school. Did they teach you that? That's how they got you to take paper money. People had gold money. And what they did is they got you to give your gold money to the bank, and the bank gave you paper money that's supposed to represent gold. And it said at any given time, you could take that paper money, go back to the bank, and get gold money for it. That's how they got you to take paper money until they wouldn't let you do that anymore. Okay, now, this was the buying power of the dollar after when it first came out. This is the buying power of the dollar after World War I, World War II. This is the buying power of the dollar after the Korean War. This is the buying power of the dollar after the Vietnam War. This, and it's also when the dollar was no longer backed by gold. It was completely what they called fiat. This is the buying power of the dollar after Desert Storm and the end of the Cold War. This is the buying power of the dollar after the Afghan War. We're still there. This is the buying power of the dollar after the Iraq War. Guess what? It ain't ever coming back. It's mathematically impossible now. There's no way that this money can ever come back to its true buying power. But what we're going to show you is this. This paper money is supposed to represent your labor that you gave to somebody else, but it is worth less buying power tomorrow than it is today, and you and I cannot stop that. What we can do is understand and reprogram our brain for success, and the process you're going to see here is going to allow you to unfold the buying power of your labor once again back to its original form. But the key is you can't do it with a substitute paper money. You have to do it with real gold money as it was originally made and as it is that form. A very specific kind of gold is the only kind of gold that's used by all banks and all governments to settle debt between themselves. That's why you were invited here. Somebody thought enough of you, because they could have invited anybody, but they invited you to show you a logical, no-nonsense formula that in its essence is nothing more than a change in your banking routine, which solves all debt, currency, and savings crisis. So here's where you need to understand where we're at. Lots of changes we've seen: Occupy Wall Street, Tea Party movements, regime changes worldwide, bail-ins, bailouts, private pension funds being swapped out with public trust funds, derivative swaps. You're going to see a lot of different changes, capital controls. All these different things we're seeing here are all symptoms that the paper money just doesn't do what it used to do. I was a licensed and bonded repo man for 27 years in Southern California. I understand how things work. I've seen a side of life that most people haven't seen. So I'm here to convey a perception to you. Now, I'm going to give you a new program update, but it's still going to be up to you to install it. Will it? My question for you is this: is it going to fit your needs? Okay? We're looking for a group of individuals who are thinking ahead of the curve. They can see what's coming, and like a road flare in the road, will you pass the hazard there? There's something that you need to know. I want you to Google, grab a pen and paper. I want you to go to Google after this webcast, and I want you to Google 6th Summit of the BRICS Bank, okay? BRICS Banks. Can somebody type that in there for me? I appreciate it in the chat box. Google 6th Summit of the BRICS Bank. As 6 after number 5, 6th Summit. Okay, next, I want you to Google 133 countries of the G77. That's all you got to type in there. This information is key and critical to the fact that this is the world's exclusive reserve currency until it isn't more. And the fact that we have zero interest rates in where we're at in society, they cannot stop printing the money or everything we know stops. And so there's some dynamics that you're going to see that I'm going to reveal to you here that are shown in the logical solution, which have relevant to every single person out there. It's relevant to every person when you walk out the front door and look to the left and look to the right. We may all be in different types of packages. We may have white-collar workers and blue-collar workers and no-collar workers. It's relative to every person. So this is selective to people who like techie products or people who like health and fitness or don't. This is totally relevant to every person because every person's lives depend and make decisions based on this supposed to do what it's used to do. Okay, now, here's what you need to know. July 15th, a very significant act happened. The BRICS Bank officially opened up. It's been 2 years in the making, and you didn't hear diddly do a squat on TV here in America. But if you go outside the country and you go listen to other foreign stuff, they talk about it all the time. The BRICS Bank is a rival and competitor to the IMF, the Bank of International Settlements, and the Fed. And so what they said is what they used to do is they used to take all these monies and they used to trade them into dollars and then do dollars with the world trade. And that's where we exported our inflation. They needed the dollars for international. We don't want your dollars anymore. We're going to trade in a select basket of 5 currencies And when the Brazil, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, that's the bank, made an alliance between themselves, that was the beginning of the end of the dollar dominance. And so 133 countries now said we're going to go with them. Go Google it and you don't have to listen to me, which means they don't need to trade in dollars. What happens to the demand for the exclusive reserve currency, the dollar, if they don't need to use it for international trade? What happens to it? There isn't any. Thank you very much. Now it's going to be progressive. It's not going to happen like that. It's going to be progressive. When they don't need it, where are we going to export $85 billion a month that they're printing to put into the stock market to give you an artificial lift in it to 17,000 points? How do you think it got to 17,000 points? I'm a common sense knucklehead. I can add. Okay? So where's the inflation got to come? Here. Well, there's going to be some dramatic changes. And guess what? That's not a bad thing. Here's the thing. Change is good if you're on the upswing of that change and not the downsides. That is the message I have for you today. Be on the upswing of that change. So how are you going to do that? It's simple. We're going to show you another package that you can participate in different various levels that allow you to choose how you're going to be, what's the word I want to use? How you're going to level off your representation of how you're going to deal with all of that. Remember, the solution is very simple. I want you to stop doing what you're doing, okay? And this is what you're seeing is not something that's interest-bearing. It's not a money game or anything. It's a logical plan. You get paid in paper money. You put paper money in your paper money bank, but that paper money is worth less tomorrow than it is today. The solution is very simple. You're going to open up a Karat Bars Gold accumulation plan. It's physical 24-karat metal. It's not a stock. It's not an ETF. It's not a speculative investment. It's none of that. It's an exchange. And you're going to take some, and this costs you nothing. The account, zero cost to open, no maintenance fees. Your paper money bank has maintenance fees. Okay? We're going to give you a free website, no website fees. And it's simple. Take some of the paper money, engage it on how much you make, and turn it into gold money. And put it in your gold money piggy bank. And as the value of the paper money goes down, what happens to the value of your gold account? What happens to it? It goes up or it's preserved at that point. It balances out the losses that every single person, when you walk out the door and look to the left and look to the right, is taking. I don't care what you do to make money. What do you do with the money you make? If the paper money, which represents your labor, is worth less tomorrow than it is today, what are you going to do about it? You think a $100 bill is going to spend as far next year as it does this year? Because if you don't, what are you going to do? This is what you do. And whether you ever tell anybody else about this or not, makes no difference. You protect what you just by using and saving in this. You know what it is? This is what it is, folks. You see that? Everybody see that? You know what that is? That's 4 quarters. You know what it is? This equals 4 quarters. You're just exchanging one kind of money into another. But the kind of money that's in this, it doesn't rust, it doesn't rot, and it's the only kind of real money that all banks and governments already use to settle debt. It's not hard. This is simple. Now, 40 years ago, a gram of gold would bought you 5 loaves of bread, and a dollar would have bought you 4 loaves. But after 40 years, 2 generations of printing money out of thin air, a dollar will buy you 20 loaves a gram will buy you 20 loaves and a dollar will buy you a half loaf. That's the difference between paper money, gold money. And if the past is going to predict the future, is your labor going to better be preserved in this or some of this? It's not hard. Why gold? $100,000 of cash in 1932 was only worth $2,000 of buying power today. $100,000 of gold in 1932 has the buying power of $4.5 million. Now, nothing ever changes till you reprogram this. And in order to change your reality, all you have to do is change the task that you perform. Add a different kind of package to the package you're in. It ain't hard. We don't have to give up anything. You just have to rearrange. What you're seeing is nothing, again, I might say redundant, nothing more than a simple change in your banking routine solves all debt, savings, and currency crisis that will affect you. So my question to you is this. Look at the package you're in right now. How long have you been in a career? You've been in a career more than 10 years? If the tasks you perform were ever designed to make you wealthy and give you real freedom, don't you think they would have done it by now? Does that make sense? Bob Biss, 34 years. Dude, I'll tell you what, man. I'll buy you a drink in Vegas. Look, the solution. Paper money into gold money. Put it in your gold money bank. As the value of this goes down, the value of this goes up and balances out your losses. The more money you make, the more gold more carrot bars you throw in your piggy bank. Who's providing the logical solution? I showed you why you need to look at this. Now I'm going to show you who's providing the solution. Then I'm going to show you the third part is the strategy on how to take care of this. Carrot Bars International. What is it? It's a solution to the worldwide debt, savings, and currency crisis. What do? I own a company that sets up assets that spin off residual income. Do you have one? Do you want one? Carrot Bars International, headquartered Stuttgart, Germany, privately held, has no debt. It's regulated by strict German laws where we've met or exceeded their standards for almost 5 years now. Trademarked in 2011. Now, their premise, they serve in over 120 countries now. I think it might be 121. They specialize in the production of very specific kind of good delivery grade gold. There's lots of different kinds of gold in small transaction-friendly weights and a size that anybody, even with a shovel in their hand, can accumulate. We offer options to them. Everything is optional in the program. Now, Germany is the toughest country to do business with in the European Union. They're the second largest holder of gold in the world. Germany has seen their paper money go to zero value 2 times, not once, twice in 100 years. They still talk about it. Okay? They still talk about it around the dinner table. So they understand that the last time their paper money went to zero value, 5 grams of gold could buy you a house. So who's smart? Carrot Bars team, Mr. Harold Seitz at the beginning there. You see Pietro Fazio on his left and Thomas Schreiner is right and the other team that's there. Our product is very simple. We're gold as money. Gold pure 999.9 finest, available in small units, affordable to masses with a hologram security feature. And understand, this is good delivery grade gold. It has to be rectangular in shape, folks. Rectangular in shape. It is stamped by an LBMA, London Bullion Market Association, accredited refinery on the good delivery list. Okay? You will never find anything that banks and governments use to settle debt in that is round. There's a message there. So we only use what they already use. And despite the added value, the exchange price is at market. And any company with their own 99 gold card. I mean, you know, I'm a common sense knucklehead. I may not be Catholic, but I'm sure that the Vatican, who licensed for 100,000 of these, and you'll hear some more things about that later, they have a far better business resource than I do. The Vatican is the most well-known, biggest banking institution in Europe. Now, we can even put your face on a carrot bar, okay? We can put anything on there. We have our own branded MasterCard. Look, I'm a common sense guy. I've heard every story in the book is a repo man. Only legitimate companies get one of those, okay? Safety and closer look, that's what a carrot bars looks like. It's inside a card, so it acts like a mini vault around it. There's other verifications and things so you can tell somebody's tampered with it. The LBMA regulator and benchmarks all acceptable requirements for gold and silver worldwide. The governance of that is the good delivery list. There's lots of refineries. There's only a few that meet or are on the good delivery list of governance by the LBMA. Carrot Bars only uses good delivery list refineries. And we're a licensed reseller for them. We're not just somebody pointing you into how to get it. Quality, Carrot Bars are gold as money. and inflation insurance. They're not gold as a commodity. They're not gold for speculative investment. They're not gold for speculative thinking. And this is not a program for the Wall Street or bellies. It's not what we are a gold system exchange that will allow transaction of business in times of currency trouble. You can make direct control over it. You can do it in your pajamas. You don't need a broker. Okay? You can deliver up to 1 gram at a time, starting at 1 gram at a time if you want. And you can choose, do you want it vaulted or do you want it put into the production queue and delivered by Federal Express into your hands? You know, Carrot Bars doesn't, you know, with it, this is what happens. You open an account, you send money to it, exchange within 72 hours into physical 24-karat gold metal. And 2 things happen. 1, it's put into the vault for you for free, or it's put into the production queue and delivered by Federal Express to your hands. Carrot Bars doesn't hold your money. They don't use your gold as collateral, and the gold is not stored in a publicly visited facility that can get shut down. So the solution, take this, turn it into this, and put it in your gold money piggy bank. As the value of this goes down, the value of this goes up, and it balances out your losses if you only did that. If you tell somebody, they don't advertise. They pay you out, and that's why we're in the education process here, not in the sales. You know, you 2 ways look at it. You want to be the best gold salesman. My friends knew I wasn't the gold guy, but you know what? Everybody wants to know about an asset that makes residual income. Now, options, you have options to purchase. They don't make you do anything. You get a free website, free enrollment, no maintenance fees. If you want to participate in it, you can be a customer with an access web, become an affiliate, and put you right into to put you in the way of the movement of money. Position yourself, just like you did with this package that was a white-collar worker or blue-collar worker or a no-collar worker. Okay, you still got to do work. Pays you 7 ways. I'm into this. Lloyd Merrifield has made a wonderful video about that, and you can see the actual compensation plan in the back office or in the terms and conditions. Okay, there's 7 ways we get paid. You choose how you want to participate in the structure. The free version, you can enroll an account, become an affiliate, no cost, make referrals to people, and if they exchange paper money into gold money or move goods and services through it, you're going to make a commission from 0.5% to 6%, and it pays once a month. You didn't even require it in order to buy anything to do that. But it's very slow growth, but you can go to work and you can go make some money. No purchase is necessary to earn a monthly payout. Now, on top of that, we have what's called a dual team pay plan. That's an optional program. It is not mandatory by the company. But if you're serious about making money, do your bills come in once a month or once a week? Mine came in once a week. And so I wanted to take effect of being able to pay once a month and be paid every week for successful production for what we did and by going to work. And that's based on a 2-arm principle. You got a left arm and you got a right arm. Volume is what makes money, not the number of people that come into the business. Volume's created in a number of different ways, and it doesn't matter if your volume's up here or down at the end of the arm. It doesn't matter where the volume's created. Nothing goes away. It's only addition and subtraction and a payout. So it's a very unique, simple method. Now, the kind of package that you choose to participate in the dual system, that's how you activate it. You choose a bronze, silver, gold, or VIP package. The kind of package you have is how much money you're going to make in the process every time there's volume on one side or another. Every time you got 50 units on one side and 25 units on the other, you're going to get a dual team payout. How much that dual team payout makes for the same volume depends on what package you have. That's a nice part. You can decide to upgrade at any given time to essentially give yourself a pay raise. Nobody else decides what you determine how much you make by what kind of package you have and the volume and the work that you do. It's not hard, it's simple. And everything creates volume in it. Everything's got points and units. Now, dual team payouts, the better package you have, the longer it pays out a higher amount, okay? And so you can have 180,000 dual team payouts a week, recounting and resetting every week with the units being subtracted and then the remainder staying there. They're not flushed away. The system is the key. You cannot outwork an exponential inflation in your income. You can't do it anymore. The paper money that represents our labor is inflating higher than our ability to keep up with it with a job. Now, what happens here is they have their own private issue MasterCard. And that gives you the flexibility going to 32 million locations to access your commissions. Every Friday, and once a month, your commissions are placed on your global MasterCard for you to have access to them. Now, on top of being paid once a month in the free unilevel version, and being able to be paid once a week for successful, productive activities in the dual system, Carrot Bars has another free part. That's the incentive program that pays you over a lifetime. Everything from a iPhone, cash, or gold, to mega trips, their own Carrot Bars Rolex watch, and 3-car programs, and the final is a villa. I mean, you know what? Go to work. How would you like part of the process was that you get a house? Go to work. 2 live presentations daily and online recorded presentations and trainings available for you at your convenience. There's no shortage of you being able to get enough information in here to go be successful. Understand, Carrot Bars is an e-commerce company. They're not an MLM company. So we have conference calls, webinars, and team events that were designed by affiliates, okay? You can go right here. The next one's at 9 p.m. tonight with Mr. Ty Best. And here's a summary from the perception. Who provided the opportunity? The Internet Carrot Bars International Advantage is simple. It's free to open your online offshore personal cash management system using a secured server in pajamas. You decide how much you want to use it to make. You're going to move yourself, put your way in the movement of money as an affiliate, and guess what? You can decide whether you want it vaulted. You don't trust it? Get it delivered. Okay? You want it some vaulted, some in your hands? Do that. You want to vault for a little while and then have it shipped to you? You can do that too. Okay? It costs the same to ship 1 gram as it does 40 grams. And 100 grams shipped at a time is free shipping. Okay? You can exchange as little year. Now, here's the key you need to know. It's able to create residual income. The plan we have here, that you're going to see here, is a logical, relevant plan to every person you know. So if you think if you're looking at this for the first time and you think you're the only one out there that's trying to convince people to get in, you don't need to do that. You need to educate them on what kind of package they're in, and do you have a logical way to create residual income? Because without that, I don't care how long you've been in a career. I don't even care how good you are at what you will not retire, be able to quit the working world if you do not have adequate residual income. And if it's based in all paper money, whatever happens to the paper money happens to everything you have kept in paper money. Okay, now, I showed you why. I showed you who's providing the solution. Now I'm going to show you a strategy. Understand, Carrot Bars is an e-commerce company. They don't teach you how to do diddly-do-what squat. Okay? It's not their purpose anyways. Carrot Bars provides a platform and a pay schedule for you to succeed. Now, the 12-week plan strategy designed by successful affiliates is a guideline. It's not a promise of earnings. Okay? And whether it's 12 weeks or 8 weeks or 20 weeks or 52 weeks, it'll be the best plan you've ever seen to match the needs of what you're seeing out there and how to counteract all the effects that we're seeing. Okay, now, I'm going to put a disclaimer here. Income projections and everything you're going to see are in US dollars. The action plan uses mathematical examples that are dependent on you following the plan as described. Incomes can't be guaranteed because we can't guarantee your effort or the efforts of your team. Does that make sense? And so understand that's the part, because this is not going to be built by you convincing somebody to get in. You know what they're going to do? Nothing. because they don't understand and haven't been educated about what to do, why they need to do it, okay? And they don't have any skin in the game. Next, you will not stop anybody who knows why they're doing this from doing it. Nobody's going to stop me from doing what I'm doing. And I'm not going to make any wild income claims. You're not allowed to show your earnings in this either. Make sure you understand that, okay? Understand, everything you're going to see here, you're the vine. Everything in your life starts with you and your perceptions. It'll start or stop you from taking action. How do you perceive you? How do you perceive what you have? How do you perceive your way in the world? Okay? You and your message that you convey to others will either start or stop the duplication message. They're either going to see this as a logical, relevant solution to what their challenges are, or they're going to perceive you in a way that they may not want to do. Yet everybody wants an asset that makes residual income. So understand, if you see this and you understand it, value your own opinion. Don't make your opinion based on whether or not their opinion is approval of it. You can't get hurt in this thing. Okay? So we're looking for that. We're looking for a couple of people that value their own opinion. 5, 10, 30 people you're going to go tell. There's no limit to the amount of people you're going to tell. Now, here's why Karatbars is an MLM. Every single economic structure or system on the planet in any country has 3 components. Demand, that's you and I, we want stuff. Supply, those manufacturers, service providers, and merchants that want to sell us stuff that we want to make demand for. And 3, there's the medium exchange. It's either paper money, it's digital money like on a credit card, or it's another form of money. Now, the basic simple dynamics. Are these happy? Are you and me as consumers, demand, are we happy today? Are we spending more money? Are we spending more money than we ever have before, and we're watching less groceries go in the grocery cart? Okay, are we happy? No. Is supply happy today? Merchants, manufacturers, service providers, they're watching their expenses go up, their bottom line going down, they're shipping jobs overseas, they're going to 30-hour work weeks. Why? They're not happy. The last but not least, is the paper money happy today? No. Obviously not. It's the reason it doesn't do what it used to do. It's causing all the turmoil in the world, right? So here's what you need to know. When all 3 parts of any economic system are unhappy, the system will change. You are witnessing the change of the economic structures worldwide. That's a beautiful part. You can be a part of the upswing or the downsides of that. That is your choice. That ain't mine. We as affiliates have decided, and our own, as being our own customers too. Understand that. So understand where Karatbars is. MLMs or consumables and subscriptions are down in the supply section. Although Karatbars provides gold, that's not where we're at. We are a very unique classification. It's money. It has an exchange value, a term you will hear. It's like $4 into a quarter. And since we only use the kind of gold that we use, we fall in a very specific asset class. And so what you're looking at here is the development of an alternate economic, non-competing, non-replacing, nothing's here to replace anything, commerce mechanism that allow the movement of goods and the movement of money to continue in times when the paper money may change and might be indifferent in different countries. Why? We're in 120 countries. And yes, taxes will be collected on the sales by merchants exchanging Karatbars for goods and services like regular cash sales. We're not here to stop the cash flow or the tax base for any government. Now, here's the question in the mindset that makes this work. I'm going to ask you a question. You can even ask this question to people. Do a survey. This might be coming on a left field, Joe, but let me ask you a question. In the times where we live in today, do you think there's anybody out there somewhere that might want to take a look at a legitimate business strategy to make $4,500 a week of passive income in 12 weeks or 20 weeks? Do you think they're out there? How many people? Few? A lot? More than a lot? You one of those people? Let them answer. So the real question of everything that you saw there is this. This brings in a logical, relevant, also aspects of what we have. How do you get the most of the best quality gold for the least amount of time, effort? And it always comes down to this: your wallet, personal finance. There's only 4 ways you're going to get it. One, you can inherit it. Most people here, they're not going to inherit it. Their kids are that are building this. 2, you can extract it. Mining and panning, very popular. It's an entire micro industry. But the reality is that that is a tremendous amount of work for a little payoff unless you got a lot of money, and then it's still a lot. Okay? 3, the most common sense way. People are going to buy it out of their own pocket. So what's their motivator? Price and size. Why? Because they're not in the way of the movement of money. They're an end user. So you need to have to understand that people may want to save up to get a bigger amount, but with all good intentions, something happens and they don't end up saving up. Something comes up that takes it, so they never acquire any gold. That is a logical, but it's a false premise on how to get the most of the best for the least amount of time, effort, and personal finances. The reason somebody invited you here is to show you option number 4. That's to set up a Karatbars dual system. Do the 12-week accelerated plan strategy designed by successful affiliates, not Karatbars International. We put together a logical format. We took components of it and put it into a message in a format that makes sense, it's relevant, and it works if you work it. Okay? And your ability to say that message will determine how much that message is perpetuated. It's like telephone. 10 people away, if you pass a message by the phone, it doesn't even sound the same. So how do you make the message go, keep going? And so what we want you to know is that this system harnesses all the power that is found in any economic system, and the system in its design, it's like making bread. If you want bread, you got 4 components. You got flour, water, yeast, and salt. Individually, you know, I don't know what you can do with them, but when you put them together in ratio, you get bread. So understand where you're at. In the times we live in today, you're going to need both cash money to pay your bills and allow you some flexibility here. You're also going to need gold money for the times when the paper money will continue to lose value and the gold money will preserve it. It will be your lifeboat. But a lifeboat without Karatbars in it is a pile of wood on shore, and you're going to be swimming with the paper money sharks. So again, how do you get the most of the best quality for the least amount of time, effort, and personal finances? Here's how you do it. Let's get price right out of the way. Because when you buy it out of your own pocket, the most common misunderstanding is price. It's price. So everybody looks at price. But you know what? Why are the masses not acquiring gold? Number 1, they don't understand what it is. If they did, they would. Number 2, they have nobody's shown them the system and how to acquire the most. So where does Karatbars get the money to pay you? Every day, orders come in, and Karatbars buys big bars of gold. Then they turn them into little bars, and they sell them competitive, so anybody in the world can buy them, okay? And there's other features and benefits which make it the perfect vessel in order to preserve your labor in gold, as well as make cash flow and residual income in it. And get your gold for free. Look at Karatbars across the board. In different categories. It's one thing to buy, it's another thing to what do you do once you have it. So they provide a no-nonsense solution for you. Makes it simple. That's why the masses will gravitate towards this. But you're going to have to get educated in the process. Here's a 2.5 gram. Okay? Here's a 5 gram. Now, this was created by Gary Pruitt in Dallas, and at the time of this, which was October 2nd, this is what they showed. Now, here's our package. I don't care what you do to make money. That surgeon there, how much time and how much money do you think he had in order to become a surgeon? 12 years? 8 years? 12 years of school? $250,000 or $250,000 or $500,000? What if he gets carpal tunnel? Right? What if he gets carpal tunnel? Look at that's the linear position, and it works as long as you can work until you can't anymore. Anybody ever laid off from a job even though you did everything perfect? You know what? The only person that can lay you off from this job is you. So here's my question for you. Would you hire you? Honestly, would you hire you today? Because if you would, give it your A-game effort in here. It will give you an A-game income. But you got to reprogram your brain and you got to take action. Don't think carrot bars. That will eat your lunch. Do carrot bars. Advise your lunch. Okay, look at, here's where you're at. The largest market shift as an entrepreneur is underway right now. This is $1.4 quadrillion of fiat paper money backed by nothing but a promise from a banker, politician, or government that it's good to pay the taxes. That's all paper money is. It isn't good to pay the taxes. It isn't good for their paper money, which they control. Okay? There's $1,400 trillion of fiat paper money and derivatives out there. And if you watch what all the central banks are doing, they're acquiring gold at record levels. China bought 85% of the world's production last month. They're getting ready for something, aren't they? Think about it for a minute. And so what carrot bars does is places you in the way of the movement of money, is the largest shift ever. You know how big it is? If carrot bars gets like 1/3 of 1%, it will be bigger than all the markets of health, wellness, weight loss, nutrition, water, food, juice, coffee, energy, shopping portals, gifting programs, jewelry, cosmetics, cars, shoes, clothes, advertising, wall. There ain't never going to be a bigger market if you're an entrepreneur. Get a picture of that. The objective of our system and our strategy is here. Simple. We're going to remove you from your wallet, which is, if you do everything by your wallet's money, you will always run out of either time or money. There's no way to do it. You have to create a system. So we're going to use the carrot bars system, carrot bars MasterCard, and their gold. This is the correct way to move cash money today, globally. This is the correct way to save money, okay? Gold doesn't rust, doesn't rot. And so our goal is as fast as possible. Put it in your brain. We're going to remove any paycheck, any bank account, any purse, any credit card from the process here in your wallet, which is limiting you, and create a separate asset and revenue stream that has nothing to do with your paycheck. And that is the mindset. How fast can I do that? And make it a priority. Okay? The 4 pillars of truth, the movement of money, the velocity, moving money toward you with a system, and by paying yourself first, are the components and pillars of truth about all economic strength in every country. So the velocity of the movement of money is the most important aspect of not just the movement, but how fast it moves in society, how robust an economy is. The 12-week strategy, which is strictly a perfect world example, and we know the world isn't perfect, okay, has a logical, relevant value on how to take 30 years of your working life and compress it into 12 weeks or 8 weeks if you're a superstar, or 20 weeks or 52 weeks. And as I said, it'll be a better plan than anything you're ever going to see right here that has relevance for everything that we do. You have to move money toward you with a system. Look at 95% of the population and only 5% of the wealth. That's why you're seeing all this stuff out here. Why? Because they make their money with a linear income. You cannot outwork an exponential inflation with a linear income. Try it. You've been beating your head against the wall. Okay, next. 5% of the population have 95% of the wealth. Why? One word, system. Save yourself some time, effort, and money. System. Business owners and investors use a system. Business owners use a system like a franchise model and then hire people to work it with a linear income so that the owner can make residual income, time, and freedom. Investors use money in a system to create residual income, time, and freedom. If you're an investor, you need to know this. I don't give tax, legal, or financial advice. Okay? Here's what you need to know, though. This is not a speculative investment. This is a legitimate business plan strategy for your income level on how to take a low 4 figures and turn it into a 6-figure residual income in less than a year. get a return of capital about 90 days by following the plan as subscribed, to where you create an asset, 100% cash flow positive, zero risk exposure, spinning up pure residual income. You can get 32 million locations, or exchange it for as much gold bullion as you want, all utilizing an infrastructure that you don't have to pay for. Now, you know anybody else that doesn't want that? Take a look at that. If you're in that income level, any different ways, another training on that is an entrepreneur. In the basis of the program is this: in any economic structure, somebody has to sell something, wants to buy something, or you don't have any movement of money. The key part of this is that we're not selling anything. What we're doing is exchanging paper money into gold money. We're taking one form, turning another, and we're putting in a gold money piggy bank. We take this, turn it in this, and save it. It doesn't rust, it doesn't rot, it doesn't lose buying power. You don't eat it, drink it, wear it, smoke it, you don't clean with it, you don't pass it through your kidneys. Nobody is sorry that they have it on their shelf if they ever stop doing it. Ever been in a network marketing company? Ever stop doing it? What do you got? What do you have? What do you have? This one, you have an asset that looks good on any financial statement. Nobody that you talk to about this will ever be sorry that they have gold. And you know what? They're not making 25 karat gold. They make 24 is as pure as it gets. Think about it for a minute. You involved in a tech company? They might even have a great tech company. Someone's always going to come out with a better product. You ever been in a health, wellness, weight loss, nutrition, any of those, cosmetic, any of that stuff? You know what? It's good. But somebody's always going to come out with a better product or something, spin, and then it's a revolving door of your customer and client and affiliate base. Carrot bars bolts on to any company. Here's a question. If the company that pays you money right now, your paycheck that goes in your wallet, asked you, would you like to get paid in cash, gold, or combination of both? How would you answer that? That's what carrot bars is. I don't care what you do to make money. What do you do with the money you make? The net save money. Make sure it's not on a paper. It's hard, simple. Here's the system. This is what we want you to do. This is the components of bread. The flour, the water, the yeast, and the salt. Okay? First, we want you to get back with the person that brought you here and enroll and create a free carrot bar account. There's no logical reason not to do it. It doesn't cost you a penny. There's no maintenance fees, and there's no other obligations, and you're not moving any money. Think about the 4 pillars of truth about all economy. Okay? That's like me handing you a deed to a piece of property. Here. Or the person that invited you here. Here. Here's a deed to a piece of property. There's no taxes owed on it. There's no encumbrances on it. It's yours to have. All you have to do is say thank you. What you do with it is your business. You want to will it to your kids or charity, transfer it or sell it, that's yours to do. You want it? No risk. Next, immediately acquire a package. A package that will has all the attributes that will help you in all areas as the money changes. You're going to be on the upside or the downside, upswing or the downside. Okay, now with the package, you are positioning yourself to open up all revenue streams with the system. And at this point, you are transaction. There's no velocity. You get to choose your paycheck. You can start at an entry level like a bronze that pays a 5% direct commission. And 10 euros that do everything in euros, so it's about $13 every time you have a dual payout. That's about $135. Or you go silver, bronze, silver, gold, or VIP. VIP's 20% direct commission on non-gold products, and a package is non-gold product. And there's other products that'll be added in the system, the same thing, and that pays you about 80 euros, or about $105 now. You get to choose how you participate in the package. You know, you can't go into your job and just say, hey, look, I want to make $150 an hour. What's the program? You ain't got it. All right? You get to choose how much money you want. You can give yourself a pay raise at any time. You know, people sweat. Has anybody here ever gone to ask their boss for a raise? Type it in. Have you ever asked your boss for a raise? Think about it. Yeah, and how much stress was that? You walk in, he's mad, he's not, or she's mad, and man, it's like, I ain't asking today, right? Why? Because you're at their mercy. And how much and when they did give you a raise, how much did they give you? Come on, man. Think about it. Very stressful. For what? How much did they give you? Think about it. Our package offers you the liberty. The only person you have to ask for a raise is the person you see in the mirror. So again, would you hire you? If you owned a company, would you hire yourself? You're looking for people and you put everything on the line. Would you hire you? Ask that question. And so it goes back to the system. And so you get to decide how that works. Now, remember what I said, opening account was like a free piece of a deed and title piece of land. What is the value of any piece of property if you build a structure or some type of building on that piece of property? What happens to the value of it? What happens to it? It goes up. So understand, when you put a package on that account, it adds value to the account that never goes away. Whether you will it to your children, you will it to a charity, you transfer it, or you sell it, it never goes away. And so just, you know, a bronze, that's like a cottage on a piece of property. A silver package is like a condominium. A gold package is like a custom home. A VIP package is like a mansion. That's where CEOs live, CEO type money. In a VIP exclusive, for a limited more time, is like a mansion next to a 10-lane freeway, and they let you put a toll booth on one lane, and you make money on the traffic that goes through that. But if there's no traffic through it, you don't make any money. But it creates a secondary revenue. Now, you get to choose. Next, we're going to move money with velocity, and this is how we do it. And this is the most important aspect right here. This is the most overlooked, misunderstood process. Our goal is to get you off your wallet and get you onto a system that will give you freedom, financial strength, in both cash and gold, and you don't need to worry about anything. You go do what you want, when you want, who you want, how you want. So what is it that you want? But this part here, this is the goal. Move $65 a week of paper money out of your wallet and turn it into gold money and put it in your gold money piggy bank. It's not going to, and do that every single week until you get this. You're never using your wallet again to get it. Then keep acquiring it. You'll accumulate gold, but you'll remove your personal finances from the process. That's our goal. Now you're moving money with velocity. And when you make a transaction, how often do we get paid? How often? How often do we get paid in the dual team? Every week by successful production. And so by you creating a transaction, your own account will cause you to take action and create an asset in the same time and reduce the amount of time it takes you to never use your wallet again. Ever. That's what I call the brick. That's why it's in like a aqua green stripe. Do you need it? It's the foundational building block of strength. Do you need anybody else's permission to open your own account? Do you need anybody else's permission, opinion, or criticism to decide which package you're going to buy? Do you need anybody else's opinion, criticism, or opinion? Move $65 at minimum of paper money into gold money with velocity in your own account. No, you don't even need anybody else to do it. And if that's all you did, man, you'd be far ahead of the person that didn't do that. And then here comes the process. Remember what we said? In the times we live in today, do you think there's anybody out there somewhere that might want to take a look at a legitimate business strategy in order to create an asset that makes $4,500 a week of passive income in 12 weeks? Do you think they're out there? Many of you said, yeah, a lot. Some said most. Great. Then let's find two people that value their own opinion, okay, and think like you. I don't know which ones are, and neither do you. What do you think the best way to find out would be? Ask them. Now we're going to move them. Now we're going to repeat the system and multiply the movement with the system by moving money with velocity, by saving money, not spending it, turning a dollar into 4 quarters. Okay? And positioning ourselves in the largest market shift in mankind as paper money failing moves back to gold, silver, and oil-backed money as it has done in the past. It's here. Okay? That's what you got to convey to them. You can go to 24caratgoldmoney.com. That is a recording I did. It doesn't go back to anybody at all. 24caratgoldmoney.com. You can use that if you want. You're free to do that. Now, that's the system. That's what we want you to do. That will give you freedom. So I'm going to show you in a very quick way how this works. Let's take a perfect world example. That's how the 12-week plan was started. Look, if you don't use a perfect world example, how else are you going to show it? Does that mean that's a guarantee or promise or anything? No. Income projections are shown in U.S. dollars. The action plan uses mathematical examples that are dependent on you following the plan as described. Incomes can't be guaranteed because we can't guarantee your income, your effort, the effort of your team, or the message you pass to your team. Lots of things work. Not everything duplicates. Anybody found that one out? Right? Look at it. So this is what you want. You got back with the person you brought here. Let's take the least common example, because anything above that's better, right? So let's take the least common example of participating with the lowest package possible, only finding 2 people in your first week and never finding another person. Only acquiring 1 gram a week each week for 12 weeks. Okay, so let's just use that as the parameters. So you, the person that brought you here, you created your free account, you got a digital bronze package, you uploaded your KYC docs, know your customer. It's a validation of the kind of account you have. You know your customer, establishing a real financial account. Okay, now look at. Then you're gonna commit to exchange 1 gram paper money into 1 gram each week for 12 weeks. I think you should continue to acquire as much gold as you can, knowing what happened when you Google the BRICS Bank. 6 summers of the BRICS Bank. I think you should acquire as much as you can. This will allow you to acquire more and continue to acquire during the times when there's going to be some changes. So you did that. In week 1, you went and found 2 people that did exactly. A bronze makes 5 units and makes 5% direct commission, and the payout is $13, 10 euros, okay? So 5% direct commission, a gram of gold is 1 unit. Bronze package, 5 units. Gram of gold, 1 unit, 6 units. So you sponsored 2 people that did that. You got 6 units on one side and 6 units on the other. Okay? And you made 2 direct commissions of 13. That makes $13. 5% of $135, 2 times is is $13. Week number 2, you did your share. You took $65 paper money, you turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, but you didn't have 50 units on one side and 25 units the other. So you didn't make anything. Week number 3, you took $65 paper money, turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, but you still didn't have 50 units on one side and 25 units on the other. Week number 4, Week number 4, you took $65 paper money, turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, and now you had 2 team payouts, okay, of $13, which was 10 euros. You made 26 bucks. Week number 5, you took $65 paper money, turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank. You made 3 team payouts for $39. Week number 6, halfway through your 12-gram commitment, you took $65 of paper money, turned it into gold money. 12-week commitment. Paper money, turned into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, but you made $65. 5 team payouts. So it's a totally logical question when 95% of the population out there makes their money with a linear income in a job or self-employment, that they're going to ask you, how much does your gold cost? That's logical. Okay. So if you make as much money from a system as it takes to acquire gold, how much does your gold cost you? Nothing. Can you buy it cheaper anywhere else? No. And I don't care how many people you send to a regular gold broker, or how much gold you buy from them, they will never put you in the way of the movement of money of the actual gold movement. They won't. We do. We're unique in the world. They're also going to ask you, when their brain has been programmed from everything they've seen from childbirth to go work in an academic package, a trades package, or a government package. Well, Dan, isn't that like money from a job? You're right. It is like money from a job. Week one, when you did the hard work to whether you had to find two people that want to duplicate, not just any two people willing to duplicate and do the work. Whether you had to ask two people and you got lucky, 5 people, 20 people, I don't know, maybe even 50 people. There's only so many people you'll ever have to ask this before you set the system up to replicate. How long are you going to make that take? And so it is like money from a job week one, but how much more work did you do week 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6? You didn't. You did it before. Now you're getting paid for what you did before. Unlike the person whose programming has put him in that mindset, if he goes to work on Monday, he gets paid on Friday. He goes to work on Monday, he gets paid on Friday. He goes to work on Monday, he gets paid on Friday. If he doesn't go to work on Monday, how much money is he making? Nothing. That's been and I don't care how long you've been in that job. That's been the return on the investment of your time performing the task they trained you to do so well. And if I want you to ask this, I don't care what kind of business you're in. If you don't go to work and stay away, how much money you got coming in? Do you have enough residual income? Because if you don't, this is a killer plan for you to get it. Logical and relevant, and help every single person out there. But here's what we're looking for. You're looking for 2 people in this model. You can find as many as you want in this model here. You're looking for a couple of people that have this mindset. If there were you on a boat and you looked in the boat and you couldn't see any land anywhere, and the boat was filling up full of water and you had 3 life jackets, are you the kind of person that would hold on to all 3 life jackets because you're not sure one is going to keep you out of the water? Or are you the type of person that would give 2 life jackets away? We're looking for the person that would give 2 life jackets away. That's who we're looking for. Okay? Now, you still have 6 more weeks to go. Week number 7, you have removed yourself from finances, and now you have set up a system that is self-contained, separate from your paycheck, your purse, your wallet, your bank account. You can make $65 off your System MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank. You made $143. Week number 8, you took $65 off your System MasterCard, turned it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank. You made $286. That's more money than it took you to become a digital bronze and acquire all the gold you bought so far. Week number 9, $65 off your System MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, $546. Week number 10, $65 off your System MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, $1,131. That's $54,000 a year from that point on, taking the money you made from your job, turning it into some gold money and saving it. $1 into 4 quarters. Okay? You're gonna get a $54,000 a year raise? Go ask your boss for it. Oh, you don't have one? I got one. You want to see it? Week number 11, you can take $65 off your System MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, $2,223. It's $110,000 a year on top of what you do. Week 12, $65 off your System MasterCard, turn it into gold money, put it in your gold money piggy bank, you make $4,485. In a perfect world, you participated in the minimum perfect world example. Only found 2 people in your first week that would duplicate the process and continue that, and never found another person. Bought 1 gram a week every week for 12 weeks. Okay, now, is it possible that things can be better? I'm going to ask people, I want you to type it in. Does anybody here found more than 2 people? If anybody here found 2 people, anybody found, has anybody found 5 people? Bob is 52. Anybody found, wow, anybody found 20 people? Anybody found 50 people? I know, Bob, you did. Solomon, nice. Kimberly, nice. Look it. Has anybody here found 100 people? Oh, here comes the rubber meets the road, right? Look it. You are ruining all the numbers here. There's lots of people out there. Now, does anybody here have a better package than a bronze? Is there anybody that has a silver, gold, or VIP? VIP, yes. I love to see that. Look at all that. Susan Sprouts, VIP. Okay, gold, I love it. Kevin, Sam, Deb, look at Clifford, Kimberly. Look at all of you. You're ruining all the numbers. It takes less transactions to make more money with a better package. That's what you find out in the pay raise. Okay, remember, the velocity of the movement of money regulates how much money you make. So who's going to do it? You got to start. You got to start and duplicate it. No. Nice. First day silver. Nice going, Doug. Love it. All right, now, look at, here's the flow of care part. The package sales business. It's got no velocity, and that's a message to pass people. That's like you going to getting a degree and spending $50,000 for it and not using it. Anybody, okay? Here's what you need to do. I'm going to be blunt. It's the only way I know how to do it. Go create a transaction every single week with velocity and work as fast and hard as you can to pass that message. Velocity will set you free. So the flow of gold through your business regulates on how all the other bonuses get paid out. You want to max them out? Create transactions, and it begins with you, okay? Who succeeds? We're looking for people with the 3 Ds, dreams, desire, determination, okay? We're sifting through the numbers to find those. That's all you're doing. Now, I always love to play this video, okay? Hang on, I'm gonna play a video right here.
Hello. Look, my name is Ty Best. I'm an affiliate with Karatbars International. I want to take a couple minutes and just share something with you. I believe the major thing that's standing between people succeeding in Karatbars and not succeeding is their belief about their ability to succeed. Right there you see a bookshelf of just some of my books, just some of those books. Let me tell you something, folks. I believe that books, as you've heard of many times, that leaders or readers. I believe books are the things that will change you and change your attitude about who you are. I believe in order for you to get the $10, $20, $30, $40,000 a month in income or more in Karatbars, you must first start to believe that it's even possible for you to do that. It is said that when preparation meets opportunity, success is the byproduct. When preparation opportunity meets, many of us, many of you have been prepared to succeed in Karatbars. Your past experiences have prepared you. It doesn't matter how many times you've been in some program before, how many times you failed in anything before. This is a new start, and you must start to believe that it's possible for you to go enroll 2, to go enroll 50, to go enroll whatever amount of people is required to help fulfill your dream. But I would recommend you also start to read and start to develop that self-image, because your income will never really outstrip your self-image, as Anthony Robbins has said so many times before. I have a couple books I recommend that you put into your library. Number one, of course, I'm going to promote my own, Enemies of Your Success. I recommend you get a copy of this book. I recommend you read this book. I recommend you talk to someone who has read this book before. I also recommend you get a copy of How to Overcome 1 in 3 Ways to Fail. Now, we're not a network marketing company. This is a whole new ball game, folks. In many ways, you got to forget whatever experience you've had, because you're in a whole new ball game. But you can succeed. But it starts with you understanding that you must be prepared to succeed. Some people get in Karatbars, they take off, they go out right away, they go enroll 5, 10 people, and they're on a 12-week program, they're flying. And then some people, it takes a while for them to engage. I make a statement all the time. Love everyone, wait on no one. I also want to talk about some books that have prepared me to succeed in Karatbars. The first book, of course, is Rich Dad, Poor Dad by Robert Kiyosaki. Look, if you don't have this book in your library, you should have it. It should be in every success library in America if you're serious about success. The second book, of course, he's written is called, a lot of books he's written, but I like this one, Conspiracy of the Rich. You want to read that because it talks about what's going on and why gold is so important. And then, of course, this other book prepared me, definitely, The Creature from Jekyll Island. It makes me understand why what we do is so important. We're on a serious mission here, folks. You can succeed, but you must first believe that it's possible for you to succeed. And that comes with developing your self-image, putting information in your mind every day that elevates your belief about who you are and what you're capable of doing. I'm telling you that everybody that's listening to this video message can earn $10, $20, $30,000 a month, whatever you want to earn. Because it's not about the money, folks. It's about freedom. What we own is a freedom. What we have is a freedom plan. In 12 weeks, we have a freedom plan that can set so many families free. You're in the right place at the right time. Prepare yourself to take advantage of it. I want to leave you one last thought. And I've said this so many times before, and I'll say it again. I'd rather chase a dream with passion, with energy, have someone I'm excited about every single day, and chase that dream all my life that never comes true, than to live life without a dream at all. It's worth it. Elevate this thing to a priority in your life and make it happen. Good day.
Involved, time to take actions right now. I want you to go and Google those two links. Those are perfect follow-up links to educate people what's happening. Very important. When I went into Italy and Germany, the stuff I saw on TV and stuff that I couldn't even see, they were talking about it. They don't talk about it here. Why? They have to keep the confidence in the dollar up. Trying to stave off the time when there's going to be changes. Look at the lifeboat. You got to put some, you got to get on the money with it.